What do you think of that Genshin content seems to be welcomed by the viewers, but was somehow only once drama? Well, the Genshin content seems to be welcomed by the viewers. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure. I feel like it's... I'm not really sure. I wonder if it's because of, like, the way, like, Genshin... Like, Genshin has been out for so long, and I think a lot of people are very vitriolic toward it nowadays, especially people that quit the game, or that are still waiting for the game to improve, and they keep seeing it not improving. That coupled with the fact that, like, Wuthering Wave came out, and, like, a lot of people left Genshin to play Wuthering Waves instead. And so, I feel like the only people that stay... No, honestly, that wouldn't really explain it. I think both community is pretty toxic. But maybe the reason... I think in general fandoms are toxic, period. But I think it's possible that... I feel like people that still love Genshin to this day and still play the game, it would make sense to them to be interested in the story and the lore. Because that's the reason why they keep playing the game, even though it's been out for so long, right? That's most like because they're invested, right? And maybe the people that are not invested and don't like the game that much don't play that game anymore. And so it's possible that the idea would be that people that now play Wuthering Waves are the same people that used to play Genshin. And it's the part of the community that are just kind of like here for, you know, it's just a normal part of the fandom, which is always gotta be like toxic, drama farmers, and all that kind of stuff, right? So I don't think it's because one community is necessarily better than the other. I think it's just that the fandom moved from one game to the other, and the only people that are left in Genshin are people that are very invested in it and just like the story. Because I've seen a lot of people say like, oh, it's funny how, you know, Genshin fan on Twitter are always gushing about the lore. Meanwhile, a Wuwa fan always compares by saying that it's way better than Genshin, for example, right? There was literally this picture that showed like the reaction to the live stream of both Genshin and Wuwa. And Genshin livestream, you could see all the people in the comments saying how that was amazing and the lore drop was awesome. And then you could see like the livestream comparison with Wuthering Wave. It was literally people saying like Genshin could never, way better than Genshin, etc, etc. And I think it's just because that's just a natural evolution of fandom in general, honestly. Yeah. So honestly, I just think it's normal. I'm sure, honestly, if there was another gacha game like I think if Wuwa came first somehow and then Genshin came out like 5 years later, I honestly think it would have been the same thing just because that's how fandoms are. Everybody like to think that their game is better than the previous one and that all the other games, so they will always compare it to the others and shit on them. So I think the only reason that Genshin is a bit less toxic nowadays and more interested in the lore is because it's the people that have been playing it since day one and are still playing it and are still invested. I think that's why it is the way it is. That makes sense to me. Again, I could be wrong. This could literally just be a case of... I have no idea. I literally have no idea. I could just be wrong. This is my speculations, though. Oh, there it is. Finally, I think this is the last thing I needed. Fucking goddammit, kitty. Fucking goddammit, kitty. There we go. Yes! Magic bounty's back, baby! I'll finally be clear of all the pollution. What seems to focus on the comparison with Genshin? Well, Genshin, I only see people interested in lore in any game related. Yeah, honestly, I don't think it's one is better than the other. I don't think. I just think that every single fandom tends to be toxic as fuck and trivialistic. It's just literally a product of like how long the game has been out, and it kind of makes sense. I feel like thinking that one community is better than the other is kind of maybe looking at the result without looking at the reason why, basically, right? Because there's a lot of toxic people in Genshin as well, as there will always be. So yeah, I don't know. And I mean, don't get me started on people that don't like Genshin and still pretend to care about Genshin on Twitter. And that will just criticize everything, calling it racist and stuff, or like characters, skin color and shit like that. That's kind of weird. There's an easy reason why people call Wuwa Neo-Genshin players. Yeah.